think 2.5 years ago, we really didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. We'd been to El Salvador on 3 or 4 previous occasions, and we fell in love with the people, and that's why we decided we wanted to do mission work there.
And part of how it opened our eyes is the actual difficulty of life in countries like El Salvador. Their daily life is very hard. Everything is manual labor. We didn't realize exactly how hard it was to live their lives. And not to say we lived exactly like them. We did have, some comforts that they didn't have. But for the most part, we lived their lives, but we also saw them living their lives.
When we started our second year, we were put in charge of the community. We did Bible study every week, and the Bible study was always on the upcoming gospel. So we got to read the gospel in English, and Tom and I would talk about it all week, and I'd have to do a Bible study in English and then translate it into Spanish. So when it came time to go to Bible study, I could actually share it with the people that I was having Bible study with.
There was a well in the community, but it only supplied enough water for the people for maybe 3 or 4 days a week, and maybe just for a few hours a day.
And it wasn't clean.
Yeah, the water was not potable at all. So when we coordinated with Living Waters International to put in this well, when it was finished, we supplied them with water all the time, and it was clean water. We became aware that our own personal safety was going to be affected if we stayed in the community of El Mizal. The local gang, what we had found out was the local gang, which is the MS-13, was putting a list together of people to be kidnapped for ransom. And a person tipped us off that we were on this list. And literally, we were there for 2.5 years with no problems with the gangs whatsoever. But once we found out about that, the mission was ended probably in less than 2.5 hours, because we had to leave the community immediately, take a few things with us, and just leave for our own safety and for the community's safety. But the difference between us and Salvadorans is we actually had the resources and a place to go to leave. Now these people don't have the resources or the places to go, and that's why they need to come north and try to get across the border to protect themselves and to protect their children and their families. It saddens us to hear people call them illegal immigrants when they truly are refugees of a very violent situation. We want to thank everybody from the Diocese of Western Massachusetts for all their prayers and all their support, because there was really no way we would have done this without people's prayers and support.